Okay, let's unpack this. When you hear Pattaya, what's the first image that sparks in your mind?
Hmm.
For many, I think, it's probably a headline, perhaps even a punchline.
Mm.
Immediately synonymous with a certain kind of uninhibited freedom and a very specific kind of vibrant nightlife.
Yeah, that reputation. It's powerful.
It really is. It's a place that carries this formidable reputation, a label that often precedes any real nuanced understanding. You hear whispers, you see the sensationalized articles, and it all sort of coalesces to paint this very vivid yet, well, undeniably one-dimensional picture.
Definitely.
It's become this shorthand for a particular type of experience, and for decades, that singular narrative has really stuck, hasn't it?
Hmm.
Overshadowing pretty much everything else.
And what's truly fascinating here is how often we as observers tend to stop right at that cover.
Exactly.
We glance at the bold print, make a quick assumption, and just move on, missing the entire story inside. But to genuinely understand Pattaya, to truly grasp its complex essence, we need to go far deeper than that immediate, often superficial reputation. Our mission today really is to meticulously peel back those many layers. Explore its surprisingly rich and ancient origins, its dramatic and frequently chaotic growth, its distinct and quite remarkably varied areas, and even its ambitious, forward-looking future.
So give people that insider's understanding.
Precisely. Show you that there's a much thicker, more complicated, and utterly fascinating book beneath that eye-catching, somewhat notorious cover.
Absolutely. To achieve that, we've taken a stack of incredibly diverse sources, ranging from historical articles, academic research, to contemporary reports and local insights, to really zoom in on this incredibly dynamic and ever-evolving place.
A proper deep dive.
Exactly. We're not just scratching the surface here. We're embarking on a full deep dive. We'll journey from its unlikely beginnings as a tranquil, almost forgotten fishing village along the Gulf of Thailand.
Hard to picture now.
Right. To where it stands today. A truly global resort. A city that genuinely lives up to the idea of having many, many faces. It's a compelling story of transformation, rapid adaptation, and continuous evolution, all compressed into a relatively short but intensely impactful span of modern history.
A really unique trajectory.
So let's rewind way, way back in time. Long before the first neon sign flickered to life or the first bustling bar opened its doors. For centuries, Pattaya was, by all accounts, nothing more than a sleepy, quiet fishing village.
Just coastal life.
Imagine it. A remarkably calm, naturally protected bay along the Gulf of Thailand, providing the perfect conditions for local fishermen to anchor their boats, cast their nets. It existed in a state of relative obscurity, largely ignored by the grander sweep of national historical narratives.
Pretty much off the map, historically speaking.
Its natural beauty was largely untouched, its rhythm dictated solely by the ebb and flow of the tides, the changing seasons, the daily demands of a simple maritime life for its inhabitants. This tranquil, almost idyllic image stands in such stark contrast to the bustling, often sensationalized Pattaya we hear about today,
He really does.
which makes its subsequent transformation all the more remarkable, almost unbelievable.
Indeed. That peaceful past, that quiet existence, truly sets the stage for the dramatic shifts that were to come. What's particularly interesting is that this quiet village didn't enter the wider national consciousness through slow, organic development, or even, through the gradual establishment of trade routes.
No gradual buildup then.
Not really. Instead, it was catapulted into history by a very specific and rather dramatic military encounter. This wasn't a gradual evolution. It was a sudden, pivotal moment that hinted at a deeper significance for this seemingly insignificant coastal outpost.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, a narrative twist straight out of historical epic. Picture this.
Yeah.
It's the year 1767. The ancient capital of Pattaya, a jewel of Siamese civilization, is on the brink of catastrophic collapse, mercilessly besieged by Burmese invaders. A really chaotic time.
A major crisis point in Thai history.
In this period of immense turmoil and uncertainty, a formidable general named Phra Tak, who would later rise to become the legendary King Thaksin, was marching his army through this very area. He was consolidating forces, strategizing for the kingdom's survival.
A key figure.
A force to be reckoned with, a brilliant strategic mind operating in a time of profound national upheaval. Now, a local leader, a figure known as Nai Klom, attempted to intercept him. Maybe initially to defend his territory, or perhaps more likely, just to assess the intentions of this powerful, approaching army.
Understandable given the circumstances.
But upon meeting Phra Tak, something truly remarkable and unexpected unfolded. Nai Klom wasn't met with aggression or hostility. Instead, he was incredibly impressed not just by the general's dignified demeanor and powerful presence, but crucially, by the strict discipline and order maintained by his troops, even amidst the chaos of war.
Wow. That speaks volumes, doesn't it? About Phrayatak's extraordinary leadership qualities and the profound respect he commanded even in such a fraught and chaotic period.
Absolutely.
So Naiklum, rather than engaging in battle, made an instantaneous decision. He chose to surrender without a struggle and, more significantly, he chose to join forces with the general.
Just like that.
Just like that. This wasn't just a simple military alliance, it was a profound testament to the awe and loyalty Phrayatak inspired. And that specific location, the site of this significant peaceful confrontation, became etched into the local memory and eventually into the very identity of the place.
So, a landmark moment.
A moment of strategic brilliance and diplomatic foresight that marked the area forever.
And it's right there, at the site of that encounter, that we trace the very first thread of the city's modern identity.
Yeah.
A thread intricately woven into its name.
This raises an important question, though. How much of a place's identity, its very essence, is tied to its ancient roots, even when it undergoes such radical and undeniable change?
That's interesting.
The very name of Pattaya, in its evolution, tells a story of this old wind, you could say, now blowing over a completely new city. The location of that momentous meeting between Phrayatak and Naiklum was initially known as Thop Phraya,
Thaptraya.
which literally translates to the Army of the Phraya. Think about that for a moment. A direct, undeniable historical marker embedded in the land.
Right in the name.
Over time, that name underwent a fascinating linguistic evolution, shifting phonetically and perhaps geographically to Pattaya. Now, this word actually describes a specific and quite poetic natural phenomenon, the wind that blows vigorously from the southwest at the very start of the rainy season.
Ah, like a seasonal marker.
Exactly, signaling a change in weather and agricultural cycles. And finally, through further popular usage and perhaps a slight simplification, we arrive at Pattaya, the name universally recognized today. It's a truly fascinating etymological journey for a name, carrying echoes of military history, the power of leadership, and the immutable forces of nature, all wrapped up in this bustling, modern city. It's a constant reminder of how deeply history is layered into geography.
So, from a military encampment, symbolizing power and strategy, to a seasonal wind, representing change in nature's rhythm, and then ultimately transforming into a global resort. It's quite the etymological journey, and a symbolic one at that.
It really is.
But the true, explosive, almost unbelievable transformation of Pattaya, the one that truly changed its destiny, wasn't due to royalty or natural breezes. It came from a completely different and far more disruptive force.
Indeed, the pivotal moment that truly and irrevocably altered Pattaya's destiny, transforming it from a tranquil coastal outpost into a burgeoning international hub, arrived not from a Thai king or local leaders, but from the United States military.
Ah, okay. The Vietnam War era.
Exactly. It was an external geopolitical event, a war thousands of miles away, that reshaped this quiet area in ways no one, least of all its local inhabitants, could have possibly predicted.
That's right. During the tumultuous and intensely strategic years of the Vietnam War in the 1960s and early 70s, the U.S. established major military installations across Thailand. We're talking about crucial strategic points, massive bases like the Utapao Air Base.
Major hub for B-52s?
And the Satahip Marine Base, a vital logistical supply point. And what's absolutely significant here is their strategic proximity.
Location, location, location.
Precisely. Both of these massive installations were just a relatively short distance, a matter of hours by road, from that sleepy fishing village of Pattaya. This geographical convenience, initially an accidental benefit, made Pattaya the most logical and very quickly the most popular destination for American servicemen seeking a crucial break.
R&R, rest and relaxation.
Exactly, R&R, from the intense psychological and physical pressures of the front lines of the war.
It was a remarkable confluence of strategic military presence and sheer geographical convenience that truly ignited this unprecedented transformation. The groundwork was inadvertently laid for an entirely new kind of destination, one built on the very specific needs and demands of a transient military population.
And the scale was huge, right?
Oh, immense.
Yeah.
The scale of the American presence in Thailand at its peak meant tens of thousands of servicemen were rotating through these bases, all needing a place to decompress.
Can you believe a single specific date can kick off such a massive and irreversible transformation? Mark it down. June 29th, 1959.
1959, okay.
On that precise day, A group of American GIs stationed at an airbase in Korat made their way down to Pattaya. They arrived, rented some unassuming houses from a local notable, Freya Sunthorn, situated at the southern end of what was then a pristine beach.
Just exploring, basically.
And what they discovered there, beyond its tranquil beauty, captivated them completely. It was a peaceful, beautiful seaside paradise, a stark and welcome contrast to the grinding intensity and psychological toll of their military duties. It offered an escape, a temporary reprieve from the harsh realities of war.
And word travels fast in those situations.
Like wildfire. Word of this idyllic escape, this secret haven, spread like wildfire through the military ranks, from barracks to flight lines. It wasn't long before what started as a trickle of curious visitors became an unstoppable flood.
Wow.
Pattaya rapidly cemented its reputation as the most popular R&R destination in Thailand, specifically for single GIs looking for a particular kind of decompression.
And the demand was immense. And crucially, it was for something very specific. Our sources tell us that the colloquial term used to describe these sought-after experiences was often boiled down to intoxication and intercourse.
Right. Bluntly put.
Very. This sudden and overwhelming influx of soldiers, flush with pay and seeking an escape from the psychological burden of war, created an unprecedented demand, not for cultural sites or quiet reflection, but for a very particular kind of entertainment. Bars, nightclubs, companionship.
So the demand shaped the supply rapidly.
Absolutely. This powerful demand directly fueled the rapid and often chaotic creation of what would soon become one of the world's largest and most famous red light districts, irrevocably altering the social fabric and economic future of the once quiet fishing village.
And it all happened at an astonishing pace. This wasn't a gradual economic shift over decades.
No, not at all.
It was an overnight explosion of development, a societal and economic upheaval compressed into mere years.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it profoundly highlights how external forces, especially massive geopolitical events and military operations, can fundamentally reshape local economies, social structures, and even cultural identities in an incredibly short span of time.
Yeah, that's a really key point.
The war in Vietnam, thousands of miles away, had a direct, immediate, and transformative impact on a quiet Thai fishing village, quite literally redefining its purpose and its future. The existing local infrastructure, the traditional social fabric, the nascent economy, everything was caught in the powerful wake of this sudden influx of foreign currency, a transient population, and a very specific set of demands that prioritized immediate gratification over long-term planning.
And this rapid growth wasn't just fast. It was virtually unplanned, almost organic in its chaotic sprawl. Imagine the monumental challenge of trying to build a fully functioning city from scratch almost overnight without any blueprint, without any urban planning foresight.
Just reacting.
Simply in response to immediate, overwhelming demand.
Precisely. Pattaya's transformation was an explosive phenomenon, a burgeoning city driven almost entirely by immediate economic incentives rather than any thoughtful, long-term urban planning. It was a reactive build-out in the truest sense of the word.
Within a few short years, that tranquil landscape of simple fishermen's huts and small traditional homes was rapidly replaced by a sprawling collection of hastily constructed hotels, guest houses, restaurants, and bars.
A building boom.
Everything was built with one primary purpose: to cater specifically to those GIs looking for their R&R. It was, in essence, a gold rush, an unparalleled economic boom. And a clear, tangible marker of this brand-new commercial era was the opening of the city's first major purpose-built hotel, the Nipa Lodge.
Which is still around today, right? As the Pattaya Beach.
Exactly. Today it's known as the Pattaya Beach Hotel and Resort. That opened its doors in 1965, a mere 6 years after those first GIs arrived. This wasn't just a new building. It was a powerful symbol of Pattaya's new identity taking root, firmly planted in the soil of commercial tourism and entertainment.
But this meteoric, largely uncontrolled growth, while undeniably bringing prosperity, came at a significant, often hidden cost.
The downsides.
The city's existing infrastructure, which was, as you described, designed to support a small, traditional fishing community, was completely and utterly overwhelmed. It simply wasn't equipped for this sudden, massive scale of development, population density, and resource consumption.
So what does this all mean for the city itself and for the people living there? It meant trying to build a sprawling metropolis on a foundation designed for a fishing shack, metaphorically speaking, and often quite literally.
Yeah, the basics couldn't keep up.
There were severe, persistent shortages of fresh drinking water, a fundamental necessity for any thriving community, leading to rationing and reliance on increasingly strained local resources. The sanitation systems were completely inadequate, struggling to cope with the exponential increase in waste.
Which often led to pollution, presumably.
Oh yeah, often resulting in raw sewage flowing directly into the bay, turning once pristine waters murky and unsafe. And the archaic electricity network, once sufficient for a few hundred homes, was constantly under strain, leading to frequent blackouts and unreliable power, stifling nascent businesses and frustrating residents.
Nightmare scenario for infrastructure.
These weren't isolated incidents. They became persistent ongoing problems, establishing a deeply ingrained pattern of reactive development. Pattaya has been in a constant state of catching up to its own runaway growth, a dynamic that continues to shape the experience of residents and visitors today.
You still see the legacy of that.
Absolutely. This legacy manifests in very real, tangible ways. Perpetual traffic congestion on roads designed for village carts, and seasonal flooding because drainage systems were an afterthought, not a foundation. It's like the city is perpetually playing catch-up with its own past.
That reactive development cycle is a truly critical point in understanding Pattaya. It signifies a city that has always been in a state of responding to immediate crises and challenges, rather than proactively planning for its future.
Always putting out fires.
Exactly. This is a direct consequence of its unplanned explosive origins, where survival and immediate profit took precedence over sustainable development. And that pattern, unfortunately, has profoundly shaped its very character, embedding a certain resilience but also persistent challenges into its urban fabric.
Then came another major turning point, a crisis that could have easily led to the city's collapse. The U.S. withdrawal from Vietnam in 1975-76.
The end of the war.
You can well imagine the widespread panic that rippled through the city. The primary economic driver, the thousands of American servicemen, had just pulled out. Visitor numbers plummeted by a staggering 50% almost overnight.
50%. Wow.
The city's tourism-based economy, which had blossomed so rapidly, now faced a potential catastrophic collapse. The existential question loomed large. What would happen to this newly built fun city without its foundational customer base?
It was indeed a crisis, a moment of profound uncertainty for a city that had so rapidly and somewhat accidentally redefined itself. Yet, what's truly remarkable is that Pattaya, even then, had already cemented a reputation, albeit a nascent one, as a magnet for tourism and leisure.
So it had some momentum already.
It did. It demonstrated an incredible, almost instinctive capacity for adaptation. It didn't simply wither away. Instead, it quickly pivoted, strategically diversifying its appeal to attract entirely new demographics and forge a new path forward.
And those new demographics were quite distinct and interesting, almost polar opposites, weren't they?
They really were.
Suddenly, it wasn't just GIs seeking escape. Wealthy Thai families from nearby Bangkok, looking for a convenient coastal escape from the capital's bustle, began seeking Pattaya out as a sophisticated weekend retreat, appreciating its developing amenities and seaside charm.
The domestic market stepped in.
And then simultaneously, the burgeoning hippie generation of international backpackers discovered it. They were drawn by the incredibly low cost of living, the relaxed, albeit evolving atmosphere, and the promise of exotic freedom.
So two very different crowds finding something appealing.
Exactly. It became this unexpected and fascinating blend of domestic luxury tourism and international bohemian travel, a testament to its surprising versatility.
And this strategic pivot proved incredibly successful, fueling another period of even more explosive growth through the 1980s and 1990s.
Another boom.
Oh, yes. This resurgence was further propelled by a sustained surge in international tourism and, critically, a very favorable exchange rate after the 1997 Asian financial crash, which made Thailand an incredibly attractive value-for-money destination.
The band crash effect.
Precisely. The numbers are truly stark and illustrative of this boom. The number of hotel rooms in Pattaya alone ballooned from around 2,600 in the mid-1970s to well over 30,000 in just over a decade.
30,000. That's incredible growth.
It's exponential, solidifying Pattaya's status as a truly global resort destination in its own right, no longer solely reliant on military R&R, but on a much broader international appeal. This period cemented its image as a place of endless entertainment and diverse offerings.
And really, it's that unique history, that intense, rapid, and often unplanned development that didn't just shape its trajectory, but indelibly defined its fundamental nature. It's the very bedrock of what Pattaya is today.
Absolutely. This truly shows how deeply ingrained the city's core purpose became during those formative decades. Its very economic engine, its DNA, if you will, was irrevocably altered, forged in the crucible of demand for entertainment and release.
Not culture or nature, primarily.
Exactly. It wasn't built on preserving pristine natural beauty, though it possessed it, nor on showcasing profound cultural heritage in the traditional sense. Instead, its foundational purpose was laid on providing vibrant entertainment, recreation, and a sense of liberation for a specific demographic initially, and then a broader international audience. This specific origin story explains both its enduring, magnetic appeal to a certain type of traveler and the immense ongoing challenge it now faces in trying to reshape its identity in the 21st century, striving for a more sustainable and diverse future.
So it's grappling with its own success, in a way.
You could definitely say that.
Yeah.
It's grappling with a very powerful and deeply embedded legacy, a battle against its own incredibly successful past.
So we've meticulously traced Pattaya's journey from a quiet, unassuming fishing village to a bustling global resort, a transformation shaped by these unique, often chaotic historical forces. But what does that historical context, that intense growth, mean for someone visiting or living there today?
Right. How does it feel on the ground?
Because despite that overarching history and reputation, Pattaya is anything but a single uniform place. It's far more nuanced.
That's a crucial distinction and a really important point for our deep dive. Pattaya is unequivocally not a monolith. It is, in fact, a vibrant, complex mosaic of distinct neighborhoods, each possessing its own unique character, its own rhythm, and indeed its own soul. Understanding this geographical segmentation is key to truly appreciating the city.
Okay, let's unpack this idea of Pattaya having many faces then, because it's not just a metaphorical concept. It's quite literally laid out for you in its geography, creating entirely different worlds within the same municipal boundary.
It really is striking.
A visitor's entire experience, their perception of Pattaya, can truly be defined by their choice of where to stay, which neighborhood they immerse themselves in.
Absolutely. Your postcode determines your Pattaya, essentially.
The city has effectively, and perhaps quite organically through decades of diverse demand, zoned itself to serve its incredibly varied markets simultaneously. This spatial segregation is the fundamental key to understanding how Pattaya can simultaneously be a raucous, 24/7 party town, a serene and upscale family resort, and even a quiet, community-oriented retirement haven, all at the very same time.
It's a remarkable urban phenomenon.
How it manages to cater to such wildly different expectations and desires in close proximity?
What's truly fascinating here is how effectively the city has, almost without explicit master planning, managed to segment itself. It's a masterclass in urban compartmentalization, allowing these different faces to coexist without constantly clashing or diluting each other's distinct appeal.
So you can pick your poison, so to speak.
Pretty much. You can be in the absolute heart of the most intense action, experiencing a full sensory overload, or just a short drive away, find complete tranquility and exclusivity. This remarkable ability to offer such stark contrasts within one city is a testament to its unique evolutionary path and its resilience in catering to diverse markets.
Let's start with what most people immediately picture when they hear the name Pattaya. We're talking about the electric heartbeat, the very core of Central and South Pattaya.
Ground zero.
This is the Pattaya of postcards, travel vlogs, and popular imagination. A place that is undeniably bustling, relentlessly energetic, and truly operates on a 24/7 cycle. It's where the city's infamous reputation, that fun city identity we discussed, truly shines through in all its vivid neon glory.
Yeah, the epicenter.
This is the unapologetic epicenter of its legendary nightlife.
This area represents the absolute pulse of the city, the section that never truly sleeps, and indeed often feels like it's perpetually running on high voltage. It embodies and amplifies the fun city identity that was forged during the R&R era, expanded and intensified over the subsequent decades, constantly reinventing itself while staying true to its core promise of entertainment.
The main artery of this area is Pattaya Beach itself, a recently widened 3-kilometer stretch of golden sand that fronts the city. Now, even this iconic beach has its nuances.
Oh, for sure.
Its northern end, closer to Naklua, it's comparatively quieter, often lined with more upscale traditional hotels and luxury resorts, offering a bit of a buffer from the immediate frenzy further south.
A slightly calmer start.
But as you move towards the southern end, the atmosphere gradually shifts, becoming more vibrant and directly leading into the neon-soaked, pulsating entrance of Walking Street, which is absolutely undeniably iconic.
Walking Street. It's more than just a street, isn't it? It's an experience unto itself, a destination globally recognized for its unique and unparalleled atmosphere.
Definitely a phenomenon.
It's a cultural phenomenon that has attracted millions, and its development directly reflects the city's focus on catering to adult entertainment and nightlife.
Oh, absolutely. At night, South Pattaya transforms into the undisputed center of the city's nightlife, a spectacle of light and sound. Walking Street, famously closed to vehicle traffic from 6 p.m. onwards.
Pedestrianized chaos in a good way, maybe.
It morphs into a pedestrian thoroughfare under an absolutely dazzling canopy of glowing neon signs, pulsating lights, and oversized digital billboards. It's a complete sensory overload, a cacophony of music ranging from electronic dance beats to live rock, pours from countless open-fronted go-go bars.
Music everywhere.
Massive multi-story nightclubs like Lucifer and Mixed Thump with deep, resonant bass lines, and live music venues offer everything from cover bands to traditional Thai performances. Interspersed amidst this vibrant chaos are countless seafood restaurants built on stilts over the bay, serving up fresh catches alongside the unforgettable spectacle.
Dinner with a view and a very loud soundtrack.
If you want to feel the absolute raw pulse of what most people envision when they think of Pattaya, this is precisely where you go, a complete, immersive sensory experience that truly envelops you.
Intense is the word.
It's vibrant, it's loud, and it's utterly, unforgettably unique.
And stepping just slightly inland from that main beachfront strip, the area around Soi Buakhao offers a distinctly different, perhaps grittier, and generally more budget-friendly alternative.
Okay, so a different flavor nearby.
Yeah, it exudes a rough-around-the-edges vibe, a more local flavor, characterized by countless open-air beer bars where patrons mingle freely, more traditional Thai massage parlors, a dense cluster of cheap guest houses catering to long-term stayers, and an abundance of street food stalls emitting intoxicating aromas.
More down-to-earth, maybe.
Definitely. It caters to a crowd looking for a less polished, more authentic, but still very active nightlife experience, often favored by expats and those seeking better value. This area shows how the city has diversified its entertainment offerings beyond the high gloss of Walking Street.
And within that incredibly dense and vibrant area around Soi Buakhao, you find LK Metro. I've heard about that.
Right, an L-shaped alley that has become a hyper-concentrated hub of go-go bars, attracting a dedicated following. It's often dubbed the new Walking Street for its sheer intensity and its popularity, especially with expatriates and seasoned visitors.
Who maybe prefer something a bit more contained.
Exactly. They appreciate its more focused and integrated entertainment options, all within a compact space. So, if you're a passionate nightlife enthusiast, a keen shopper drawn to the expansive malls like Central Festival, or a first-time visitor wanting to be fully immersed in the city's most famous and exhilarating attractions,
This is your zone.
Central and South Pattaya is undeniably your ultimate destination. It's everything that screams Pattaya in the popular imagination in its most concentrated form.
Now, let's talk about a completely different side of the city, a remarkable contrast that challenges that singular perception. You travel north from that energetic, pulsating core.
You cross a boundary almost.
You quite literally enter a different world entirely, a testament to Pattaya's incredible versatility.
This section of Pattaya truly illustrates how diverse the city's offerings are, proving that its identity is far from monolithic. It strongly challenges the single narrative by providing a completely different, almost diametrically opposed experience for those seeking peace, luxury, and a more serene environment.
Okay, where are we talking about?
We're talking about the serene north, the districts of Naklua and Wang Amat. This area is a world away from the frenetic energy and constant clamor of the south, offering a distinctly quieter, visibly cleaner, and decidedly more upscale experience. It truly feels like a different city, a separate enclave within the same municipal boundaries.
So it's not just a subtle shift in ambience, it's a dramatic, almost instantaneous change in atmosphere and character as you move northward.
Absolutely. The Naklua area, for instance, still wonderfully retains a discernible semblance of its original fishing village past, a precious link to Pattaya's ancient roots.
Oh, interesting. So you can still see traces.
You can. You can experience this most vividly at the bustling Lanpo Naklua market, where local fishermen still bring their fresh catches daily, offering a vibrant, authentic glimpse into the city's heritage. Its beaches are generally much more peaceful than those further south, lined with local eateries rather than sprawling bar complexes.
Sounds nice.
Though they might be less ideal for swimming during low tide due to the natural tidal flats, it's a place where the old way of life and the new tourism landscape still brush shoulders, coexisting in a surprisingly harmonious way.
And right next to Naklua, you have Wongamat Beach, which is consistently regarded as one of Pattaya's most beautiful and pristine stretches of sand. What makes this area particularly special, and why does it attract a different demographic?
Walnut. A key defining feature is the deliberate absence of a direct beach road running alongside it, unlike Pattaya Beach.
Okay, so no road right on the beach.
Exactly. This architectural and planning choice creates a far more private, exclusive, and tranquil atmosphere, effectively shielding it from the commercial bustle and constant traffic. You don't have the blare of horns or the constant foot traffic right on the sand.
Makes a big difference.
Huge. The shoreline here is majestically dominated by shimmering glass towers of luxury condominiums and expansive, high-end family resorts, such as the impressive Centaur Grand Mirage.
Ah, yes, the big one with the water park.
That's the one. It really sets a tone of premium comfort, exclusivity, and sophisticated leisure. These resorts often feature expansive private beach access, infinity pools, and world-class amenities.
So who is this area for?
This northern enclave is unequivocally ideal for luxury travelers, for couples seeking a romantic and tranquil setting away from the crowds, and for families who desire a premium beachfront vacation experience, completely removed from the city's more intense nightlife zones. It's a deliberate choice for a different kind of discerning visitor, highlighting Pattaya's ability to cater to a very high-end market.
It's incredible how, within the same city limits, you can experience such diametrically opposed environments, truly illustrating the many faces concept. Moving on, nestled strategically between the vibrant chaos of South Pattaya and the more relaxed calm of Jamtan, there's another distinct and equally fascinating area, Pattaya Hill.
Pattaya Hill truly serves as an elevated escape, almost a natural buffer zone and a geographic connector between these two contrasting energies. It's often referred to as the city's green lung due to its lush greenery and the stunning panoramic views it offers.
The green lung, I like that.
Characterized by its quiet, elite residential areas, it's known for its peaceful ambiance and privacy. It even famously hosts a residence of the Thai princess, which speaks volumes about its secluded and prestigious character, a world apart from the main tourist hubs.
It's like hitting pause on the city's constant buzz without actually leaving it a truly hidden gem for those who are in the know.
Exactly.
The elevation here provides more than just quiet. It offers some truly spectacular vistas that showcase Pattaya's unique crescent-shaped bay. At its peak, visitors will discover two of Pattaya's most significant and recognizable landmarks.
The Big Buddha and the viewpoint.
Right. There's the towering 18-meter golden statue at Big Buddha Hill, a truly imposing, serene, and culturally significant site that exudes a sense of calm and spiritual presence. And right nearby, you have the renowned Pattaya viewpoint, which offers what is arguably the most iconic and frequently photographed panoramic vista of the entire crescent-shaped bay stretching out before you in a breathtaking sweep.
That postcard shot.
It's the quintessential photo opportunity, offering a grand perspective of the city's sprawling beauty.
The views from Pratamnak are quite simply legendary. From this vantage point, you gain that sweeping, almost cinematic perspective of the entire city, beautifully illustrating its unique geography, from the bustling, dense coastlines to the tranquil, verdant hills of the surrounding area. It's a view that truly encapsulates the diverse landscape we've been describing.
Beyond these well-known landmarks, the area also boasts several small, secluded coves, often hidden away, like Cozy Beach and Paradise Beach.
Little hidden spots.
These are cherished local favorites for escaping the larger, more crowded beaches, offering a more intimate, tranquil, and pristine beach experience, perfect for quiet sunbathing or a relaxed swim. So, who is Pattaya Hill best for, given its unique characteristics?
Well, it's ideal for expatriates and long-term residents seeking a peaceful home base, and for travelers who desire that sense of calm and quiet while still remaining within very easy reach of the city's main districts.
Best of both worlds, kind of.
Exactly. You get the tranquility without being completely isolated. You get the best of both worlds without the constant commotion or overt tourist traps.
All right, let's head south of Pattaya Hill now, past that elevated sanctuary, and we arrive at another distinct character of Pattaya. Jamtan Beach. It's a very different proposition again.
Jamtan offers a distinctly more laid-back, community-focused, and family-oriented atmosphere compared to its bustling northern counterpart, Pattaya Beach. It really signals a clear shift in pace.
A slower gear.
Definitely. Catering to a different rhythm of life and a different kind of vacation or long-term stay. It's less about the intense party scene and more about relaxed living.
It certainly has a much more relaxed, almost residential vibe, doesn't it? It feels far removed from the intensity we discussed earlier in South Pattaya.
Absolutely. Its long, straight beach, stretching for several kilometers, is lined not just with hotels, but significantly with numerous condominiums, a wide variety of local and international restaurants, and independent shops, creating a very self-sufficient and integrated community feel.
So more of a neighborhood feel.
Exactly. This area specifically caters to a large and active community of expatriates and long-stay tourists who genuinely appreciate its amenities, its less frenetic pace, and the strong sense of community. It's a place where people often settle for months or even years, rather than just a fleeting few days of vacation. This demographic plays a crucial role in shaping Jomtyen's identity.
I've heard that Jomtien is also known for a specific section of its beach, one that has a particularly welcoming and inclusive reputation.
Indeed. The northern end of Jomtien is home to Dongten Beach, which is particularly known for its very relaxed, open, and friendly vibe, and has become the primary gathering spot for the LGBTQ plus community in Pattaya.
Ah, okay. Dongtan Beach.
It's a welcoming and vibrant area within Jomtien, adding yet another rich layer to the city's incredibly diverse social fabric and its capacity for inclusivity. This area powerfully demonstrates the city's capacity to evolve and cater to enduring long-term tourism, creating a genuine sense of home for many, rather than just a fleeting short-term escape. It showcases a truly different facet of Pattaya's social landscape.
So it really strikes a wonderful balance then, offering variety without sacrificing that community feel.
It absolutely does. Jomtien provides a near-perfect balance. It offers a good mix of water sports for the active, from jet skiing to parasailing.
Still got beach activity.
Oh, yes. Plenty of opportunities for tranquil beachside relaxation for those looking to unwind, and a decidedly tamer nightlife scene compared to the city singer.
Tamer, how?
Well, the nightlife here is more focused around clusters of open-air beer bars, cozy pubs, and live music venues, creating a more low-key, conversational, and genuinely friendly atmosphere. Less intensity, more socializing.
Gotcha.
It is truly the go-to destination for families seeking a safe and engaging environment, for retirees looking for a relaxed and well-appointed community, and for anyone seeking a more laid-back, community-oriented beach experience away from the intense energy of central Pattaya.
It really covers that base well.
It shows how thoughtfully and effectively the city caters to such varied preferences, allowing different lifestyles to thrive in close yet distinct proximity.
Wow. What an incredible journey through the many layers and contrasting realities of this city. So what does this all mean looking back at everything we've uncovered? We've truly gone far beyond the sensational headlines, haven't we?
I think so, yeah.
What began as a simple, unassuming fishing village, then unexpectedly transformed into a pivotal military R&R spot, has truly blossomed and diversified into a sprawling metropolis with so many distinct personalities. It's far more than just a collection of neon signs. It's a living, breathing mosaic shaped by profound historical forces, unique geography, and continuous adaptation to changing demographics and demands.
A complex organism.
Each neighborhood, from the bustling electric heart of central Pattaya to the serene upscale shores of Wang Amat, the peaceful elevated enclave of Pradunak Hill, and the relaxed, community-driven vibe of Jomtien, offers a completely unique and immersive experience.
Different worlds, side by side.
It truly embodies the idea of a city of many faces, far more complex and multifaceted than its initial, often narrow surface reputation suggests.
If we connect this to the bigger picture of urban development and tourism worldwide, it profoundly underscores the incredibly dynamic and often unpredictable nature of both. Pattaya stands as a living, breathing example of how a place can both hold on to the deep imprints and powerful legacy of its past.
That DNA we talked about.
Exactly, while simultaneously striving to forge a new, often more diverse and sustainable identity. It shows us how massive external forces can trigger rapid, unplanned growth, leading to inherent infrastructural and social challenges, but also how a city, with remarkable resilience, can adapt, diversify its offerings, and ultimately cater to an astonishing range of human desires and needs.
A real case study.
It's a truly fascinating case study in urban evolution, illustrating the complex, ongoing interplay between reputation and reality.
It truly is. This story of Pattaya is one of constant flux. Given its deep historical roots and the powerful forces that shaped its initial, sometimes notorious reputation, from that fateful royal encounter to becoming a bustling R&R destination, and now evolving into this complex mosaic of diverse experiences. What do you think it will genuinely take for a city like Pattaya to successfully redefine itself in the global imagination? And perhaps even more provocatively, how much of its original, perhaps inescapable face, the one so firmly imprinted in our minds, do you think it will ultimately truly shed in its ongoing quest for a new, more multifaceted identity?